Hey my friend, welcome back to a new video. Everything will happen for you all of a sudden and you will be so thankful that you didn't give up. I have a special message for anyone who came across this video. I want to remind you that everything will happen for you all of a sudden, not when you want. You may have a deep desire right now to experience something that is truly important to you, but it will not happen when you want, because you need to overcome something that is maybe right now uncomfortable, and you need to recognize that discomfort happens before change. If you're dealing with something discomfortable, it's a sign that you're moving through a major transformation, and things always feel challenging just before the breakthrough. So remember that things always feel challenging just before the breakthrough. So if you're moving through major challenges right now, you're just before the breakthrough. So all you can do, or all you should do right now, is to keep up. Set long and short-term goals right now and reflect on your actions. What does it mean? Well, recognize what are you doing. Every time you deal with certain discomforts in your life, how you respond to it. How you respond to it. Do you do something for distraction, or you actually go into nature, you relax yourself, you do something you love and clarity takes place? That's something I've learned in my past, like how to deal with discomfort, because on all levels of our lives, we will experience many discomfortable sensations. Like, it may be related to our business, it may be related to our relationships, it may be related to our finances, or whatever it is, there will be discomfort. But as we're evolving as spiritual beings having this human experience, we notice that on each level we deal with things a bit differently. On each level we deal with things a bit differently, right? At the beginning, we may see everything as a great source of suffering, but eventually we start looking at everything as an opportunity to change something, to change a set of behaviors, to change our approach of our lives. And eventually we notice, well, what is missing is a lack of vision for the future. What is missing is a lack of direction, right? And if we're moving through life with a lack of direction, we'll feel lost. And if we feel lost, we feel like life is meaningless. And if we feel like life is meaningless, we will have no desire or inspiration or motivation to move forward in life, right? So what you need is a sense of direction. You need a sense of direction. That's why I said set long and short-term goals and reflect on your actions. This is so important, especially when it comes to shifting our lives and being patient while walking towards something that is really important to us. Long-term goals are goals that we set for the next 3 to 5 years, like where you see yourself in the next 5 years. This is so big, and often people don't have that vision. So I want to remind you, make a vision for your life for the next few years, especially if you're young, young by heart, young by spirit, or physically, doesn't matter. Set some long-term goals and set them the way that will scare you a little bit. Only that way you will know that you're actually doing something right. So what do I mean by that? Well, when you're setting some financial goals, right now you may not be able to see a possibility to raise your any kind of estate or anything. But in the next few years, if you just start feeding your mind with something that can empower you, you may start to make huge changes in your life. That's why it's so important, because if we don't have that sense of direction, we will not change much. Every single year we will just live by the same set of beliefs, and therefore we will live a similar life to our parents, people around us, our circle. So make sure that you know what you want in life. Make sure that you have a sense of direction. It is also important when it comes to practice of our imagination that we know what we want to visualize. So we are not just jumping from one thing to another. It's impossible to manifest something if you don't have clarity, right? If you're not sure on what you want. That's why I said everything will happen for you all of a sudden, and you will be thankful that you didn't give up. But you need to make sure that you know what exactly you're working on. Okay? Okay. Then short-term goals. What will you do today? What will you do tomorrow? What will you do the next day? So you can make a small progress. This is so important, my friend. See where you need to organize your life. Maybe you need to organize your mind. Maybe you need to write down your thoughts more often. This is a powerful practice. Like journaling is so powerful because every time we're struggling with something mental, most of our problems are mental. And if we don't reflect on our mindset, on our mental health, we will usually not be able to find a great and helpful solution. That's why I'm always reminding you, take time for yourself and write down your thoughts. And if you're not familiar with this work, how I'm doing it, I have my own journaling block. And I open it, I write a date of the day. So when I'm looking for my old writings, I see when I was at that certain phase and what was happening. It's really beautiful when we're looking into our past and reading some old writings to see how much we've grown. So write a date and just start writing what you're thinking about, what you're struggling with right now, what is your approach about this situation? Could you change your approach? Is it possible that you have some limiting beliefs around this situation? And if yes, what are those limiting beliefs? And what could be more helpful approach for that? Or what would be upgraded beliefs for that thing? And just write it down and write down your present understanding. You need to know that in the future, your understanding of that situation will change, but you can't skip the process of growth. So just make sure that you do the work. Because when I'm dealing with something, the first thing I do is I meditate and then I write down my thoughts. That's what I do always, and it always works. So then when you recognize what can you do, every time when you will be writing, you will notice something that you can do. It's time to put things into action and take massive imperfect steps towards your goals. I said imperfect steps, not perfect steps. Often people don't do anything because they are afraid that they are not able to do what it takes to get there. But when you know in your conscious awareness that you don't need perfect steps, you just need to start. Practice makes perfect, right? So you need to start somewhere. And if you start right now, you will get somewhere tomorrow. Isn't that so? So my friend, everything will happen for you all of a sudden, and you will be thankful that you didn't give up. So whatever is your dream right at this moment, or maybe a struggle, whatever it is, know that things will not happen out of nothing. Know that change doesn't happen by chance, but by change, right? It's always hard to notice what is causing that situation to be how it is. But that's how life is teaching us. And sometimes it takes us months or even years to recognize what a certain phase is teaching us. But every time we transform reactive mechanism into an ability to just observe what is happening and reflect on what can we learn from this, will make a better progress, a faster progress on this journey. So all I'm reminding you here today is to observe your life and believe in yourself. Because I know for myself, things I was writing down years ago happened, but not when I wanted, when I almost forgotten that I ever wanted them. You see, certain desires that we have are important to us only because we've placed a lot of importance onto them. But when we actually find joy in our lives and we find something we like to do, sometimes for some people it's serving, it's giving, it's helping others. For other people, it's being in nature, doing certain activities, sports, writing, painting. If you're an artist, creating, find certain things that give you a generous sense of joy, of a sensation of blissfulness. Because in those sensations, we are the most connected with the universe. We are the most connected when we are the most joyful. And when we're the most joyful, we always receive a sense of clarity over what could we do to improve that certain situation, or to get to the next level. And it's time for you to get to the next level. Many of you are moving through a major awakening right now, letting go of the past. And it may be a confusing phase, or it may be a joyful phase. You're already filled with joy. Just make sure that you keep clarity over your destiny, because it's time for you to create your destiny. If you will not create it, someone else will create it for you, and it may not be how you want it to be, right? So make sure that you are the artist of your destiny. My friend, keep your head up, keep your heart up, keep the fire burning, and stay beautiful. I hope you found something valuable in today's message. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Till next time, one love.